All right. Got it. I'll be able to capture the moment. I can sit here and watch it happen, but I gotta go to the bathroom. Let me go to the live, make sure it's working. I think I got like 70 more people to go. Okay, good. 69 more people. I'll be back. All right, good. Let's do this. What? I missed. What the f?
This is, you know you listening to Travis.
10,000 subscribers. Now what? Let's talk about it. Now I know this is not like any of my other videos, and that's kind of purposeful. I'm not going to do the whole intro thing and whatever, because this is actually very important to me, and it's a very serious thing. And a lot of people will say things like, oh, I can't believe it, 5,000 subscribers, I never thought I'd get here, 10,000 subscribers, never thought I'd get here. But like you know, as I've been saying this entire time, I'm going to keep it 100. I knew I was going to be here. And the reason why it's such a big deal to me is because I put a tremendous amount of stress on myself in the last couple of months to make sure that I would attain 10,000 subscribers in less than 1 year. Yeah, that's a thing. I actually was doing that to myself, and a lot of people didn't even know that. There's a story behind it, so I guess I should probably start there. Now, to truly understand exactly why this was a thing, you have to understand where I came from. About 6 or 7 years ago, I had a podcast that was actually pretty successful. And I had thousands of listeners every single week. But in order to be that successful, I had to work on it for many, many hours. And it really just kind of took over my life and just kind of depressed me after a while. I think initially I wanted to take off like 5 or 6 months, but I ended up taking off like 7 years. At the end of 2017, I actually started getting into watching a lot of YouTube. Mainly because I was looking for reviews of different products and things that I wanted to buy. I was buying a lot of tech at the time, and I figured YouTube's a great place to figure out if something's worth buying. And very specifically, I started watching a guy named The Everyday Dad. He had a bunch of drone videos, and I happened to be looking into buying a drone, and I was pretty relatable. Seemed kind of fun, seemed like a really nice personality, super nice guy, and I just enjoyed watching him. So that was the end of 2017. At the beginning of 2018, he made a video that would forever change my YouTube career. You see, I was absolutely convinced that no one could start a YouTube channel in 2018 and get any kind of traction. There's so many creators, and just like, who would ever find you? And who would even care? But he made a video in January celebrating 10,000 subscribers. I was incredibly impressed by that. But what really caught my eye is when he said he did it in a year. That completely shocked me. I didn't think it was something that could be done. So I watched the video, and I'll tell you something right now. This channel would not exist if it wasn't for The Everyday Dad, and I'll be a little bit more specific, if it wasn't for that video, or even more specifically, if it wasn't for this very clip.
If you want to grow a YouTube channel, you can. And do you know how you can? Because I did. Because seriously, and I'm not looking at the script, I'm not looking at anything right now. If I can figure it out, you can figure it out. If you want to grow a YouTube channel, you can absolutely do it, because I did it.
So when he looked into the camera and said that, I was convinced he was talking to me, that I can do it. I could start a YouTube channel and make it. So I did something I don't normally do, and I went into the comment section and left him a comment. I wanted to mark the occasion of when I decided to make a YouTube channel, and I did. Left him a comment, and to my surprise, he replied. And I just want to say that, like I said in that comment, that I would come back and tell you that I made it. Gary, I did it. Thank you. Because very clearly, if you had not made that video, I wouldn't have tried, and all the cool experiences I've had in the last 7 months would never have happened. Let's go somewhere else and talk about this. I consider 10,000 subscribers to be a successful channel, and he got it done in a year. So then I realized it's actually still possible. And that's the amount of success that I would actually need to have in order to try a YouTube channel. Like, I felt that if you can do it in a year, it's something that's worth my time. But here's the problem with me. I can't take things kind of halfway. If I'm gonna go try to make this happen, I'm gonna try to make it happen. So I decided that I had a year to get 10,000 subscribers. It would be worth my time to spend a year to try to get 10,000 subscribers. He did it, so that means it's possible. Now for those of you who don't know, that's actually a really dumb bet. Most people don't even get to 500 subscribers, let alone 10,000 in a year. So I had to keep myself honest. So this is what I did. I made a pact with myself and said, if I didn't get 10,000 subscribers in a year, I would quit, no matter how much time I had put in and no matter how close I was. So I put a tremendous amount of stress and pressure on myself. I was gonna spend a year of my life, and I mean grind a year of my life, to try to attempt something. And if I didn't do it, I threw it all away. That was stressful. So that's why the 10,000 subscriber thing is so important to me, because if I didn't get it, I was quitting everything. So since I figured 10,000 was the goal, I knew I was gonna have to grind hard. So every day for months, I spent anywhere between 3 and 5 hours on YouTube finding out how to grow and create a channel. This is not exaggeration. I'm talking 7 days a week, 3 to 5 hours a day for months to figure out how to grow my channel. So as you can probably guess, this was high stakes for me. Spending that much time means I had a lot of opportunity to make decisions on what my channel was going to be about. And I decided to go with tech because I was already buying a lot of tech anyway. And then I realized pretty quickly that all that cool B-roll everyone was doing is not my style. And even if it was, I'm not that good at it. And I figured if I was going to make any kind of headway, my stuff was going to have to look better than everyone else's. So why don't I fight against a much smaller pool of creators and go with humor? So I decided to double down pretty early and also keep things like outtakes in my videos. I think it gives me something kind of different that a lot of people don't do. Whoops! So with that done, I figured I would come up with some type of intro. And, you know, I'd been going around to my friends and saying a phrase every time I would see them, and it just kind of fit me, so I decided to land on, "What up, players? What 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 up, players? Welcome back! And for all you new people, welcome." So that was fun, it fit me, and I liked it. The outro is much less interesting, it's just a Howard Stern reference to a Beatles thing. And so the grind started. I would review things around the house, I would buy things and review them, and then sometimes return them. And I just would try to grab any kind of tech that I could. I remember one time going to like Dollar Tree and looking for things to review, because I didn't have a whole bunch of money to do it with, and no one was sending me stuff yet, so I was willing to try anything. I even got together with some smaller creators like me, and we would have Saturday morning calls. It was lots of fun. Now, I've met a lot of people along the way, and I want to be very clear. If you are part of my journey, you know it, and I love you. But I don't want to miss anyone's name, so I'm only going to mention very specific people in this video. But you know if you were involved, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate you. So I really started doing tech reviews in February. I mean, it was the end of January, but I'm going to call it February because I'm in charge of this video. And I actually started having success fairly early on. My most viewed video as of right now was like one of my first videos I ever did. So maybe I suck now. So around 400 subscribers, I actually went to Social Blade and checked the predictions. Was I gonna make 10,000 in time? And yes, I was. And as a matter of fact, I was ahead of schedule. I printed out every single date that I was supposed to hit each milestone to 10,000. And I beat it. I was typically beating it by 2 weeks, but as I kept going, I was beating it by more than that. It was getting pretty exciting. Then when I hit 1,000, it was starting to get real. And finally, I was finding creator friends. I met El Jefe Reviews, who really has changed everything about this journey. Without him, I wouldn't have met all the people that I know now. And it was because of Jeff that I met one of the most important and influential people of my entire YouTube career, Jon Prosser. Now, I'll be honest, Jon is an incredibly polarizing guy. A lot of people don't like him. And I wasn't really sure about him at first either. But since Jeff gave him the okay and said that he's a good guy, I gave him a chance, and I'm so glad I did. The guy is more genuine than most people who pretend they're genuine are. And he gives of himself and doesn't ask for anything in return, much like Jeff. So for me, that's my brother from another mother. I'm down for him forever. Thanks, Jon. He freed me from thinking that I only could do just reviews. You see, I knew that wasn't going to be scalable. After a while, I was either going to be reviewing just junk, or I was going to run out of money. While sure, I probably would have made 10,000 subscribers within the year, John accelerated that to a different degree and gave me freedom. I really feel like I was freed from doing the same type of video over and over and over again. And that's what's gonna keep me going. In some ways, the strangest thing is, the closer I came to my goal, the harder it was. These last couple of weeks have been really difficult. You would think further away from the goal would be harder, but as I've gotten closer, things have just become more difficult. And I can't even explain how 10,000 has been like this thing that's been hanging over my head for months. I've been obsessing over it, day and night, whether I'm sitting there trying to figure out how to grow subs faster, or if my metrics show that I did a video that did well or did terrible, and then I beat myself up about it. It's so much pressure, and I just know that getting to 10,000 is going to release me. It's like I made this promise to myself, I locked myself into it, and now I just want to get out. I just want to get out. It's been very tough. And while the success has been coming, I felt almost none of it because I'm so obsessed with getting to this number and then releasing myself, and then maybe actually starting to enjoy where I am and what I've done, and maybe enjoy even more the stuff that I'm making. What now? 10,000? Now what? The next goal isn't a subscriber count. The next goal has nothing to do with that. It has to do with being able to make this more of a full-time job, something that I can support myself on. I'm tired of having a 9-to-5. This is what I love. Communicating with you guys, sharing a part of what I love with you. One of the things that'll change right away is I gotta sell stuff. If I want this to be full-time, I need to make some money. But the good thing is I'm gonna make sure that I sell things that are cool, including merch. So that means starting today, you now can buy your own Travis MCP t-shirt. Congratulations. Well, I guess we can go wrap this up back home. Let's go do that. Hey, back at it, new merch. If you're interested, in the description below is the link. They're really good quality, and I've kept the prices really low. I'm not gonna make a lot of money on these. I just want people to have them. And if nothing else, all of you that have made this journey worthwhile, it's mind-blowing. 7 months, 10,000 subscribers, over 850,000 views. I can't even wrap my head around that. It's just mind-blowing. But obviously without you, the ones that are watching, I'm just sitting here talking to a camera in my living room. So I guess that's about it. There's not a lot else to say. I mean, I guess there is one other thing I could do. I have something I could unbox. I don't know if I'm gonna do many more unboxings, so why don't we do one more for old time's sake? So listen, they're not gonna send me one until I hit 100,000. So I got one for myself, and it's blue. So thank all of y'all, because really without you, this wouldn't have happened. I greatly appreciate it. I think the only thing left to do is dance.